Okay, so yes, if f of x equals 0, it's not that the answers are 0. So the f of x equals 0, that's the y. We're looking for the x's that make the y come out to 0. And so to do that, when something is higher than linear, we could, in this case, we could use factoring. We'd also use quadratic formulas, some other techniques. But this one's going to be a factoring problem. So just like you have here, f of x equals 0, so let me put that in. So 0 is f of x, and that equals 2x to the fourth plus 6x cubed minus 8x squared. And so we have a polynomial in this case, and this does have a common factor, 2, 6, and 8, and then also x squared. At least x squared is present in each of those terms. And so when we have a polynomial like this, we would try to factor it to see if we can solve. So 2x squared is what can come out, and then that's going to leave behind an x squared here. 2 goes into 6, that'd leave behind a 3x. And you can check your factoring by kind of distributing back. So 2x squared times x squared, x to the fourth. 2 times 3 is 6, x times x squared times x cubed. And then here I would need a negative 4, so that 2 times negative 4 gets me that negative 8 back. And then 0 equals, because that's our y again, so 2x squared. So factoring here, remember this should be, it's where we're doing the reverse FOIL. We're asking what multiplies to be negative 4 and adds to be positive 3. So this would be x and x, and then here we would have plus 4. That's a terrible looking 4. Plus 4 and minus 1. And so now if I FOILed that back out just to check myself, x times x, there's the x squared. I'd get a minus x and a plus 4x. That makes 3x in the middle, and then minus 4 on the end. So now what makes these 0 are what makes each of these factors 0. So we could have, actually, let me not write it that way. 2x squared equals 0. X plus 4 could equal 0, or x minus 1 could equal 0. And so in this case, 2x squared equals 0. If I divided both sides by 2, x squared equals 0. So x is 0. So that's that first one. Here, for the linear terms, I bring the 4 over to finish solving. X equals negative 4. I'm making these terrible 4s, but there's that one. And adding that 1 over, x equals 1. So when the y is 0, that means you're setting, in this case, this side to 0. And what's left, if it's higher than just something linear, and by something linear I mean something like 0 equals 2x plus 7, in that case you would just bring the 7 over and divide the 2. So anything that's squared or higher, you're probably looking at factoring or possibly quadratic formula to solve it, depending on kind of what section you're in. Anyhow, that's how you would do that one.